Imagine that on one ordinary day, scientists announce the impossible: the moon's orbit has become unstable. The moon has begun to slowly fall toward Earth. At first, no one believes it. After all, the moon has always been a symbol of stability, a quiet companion that merely illuminates the night. But the charts show the same thing: its trajectory is declining. The planet is preparing for an event that will destroy everything we know. Within a few days, the moon becomes noticeably larger. Every night, it grows, like a giant eye looking directly at Earth. People photograph it, compare its sizes, and become alarmed. At full moon, it seems so close that it's about to brush the tops of mountains. The night sky becomes silvery, too bright, too unsettling. The closer the moon gets, the stronger its gravity. The oceans go crazy. High tides rise to the height of multi-story buildings, low tides expose entire sections of the seabed. Rivers change their course. Floods cover the coastlines. People are abandoning coastal cities en masse, turning continents into vast evacuation zones. The moon's increased gravity presses on the Earth's crust. Earthquakes begin. Mountain ranges shift. Hundreds of new faults appear across the planet. Volcanic activity increases, dormant volcanoes awaken, spewing smoke and ash into the atmosphere. The Earth feels alive, and angry. High-rise buildings succumb to earthquakes. Bridges collapse. Subways are flooded. Roads split apart like torn fabric. People try to flee, but cities become traps. Authorities declare a complete evacuation, but the transportation system is destroyed. Most people walk. Giant waves over 100 meters high sweep away everything near the oceans. Harbors disappear, ships are washed ashore like toys. Entire countries lose their coastlines in a matter of hours. People move inland, but the waves follow them, flooding further and further. The approach of the moon causes gravitational disturbances in the atmosphere. Hurricanes of incredible strength arise, air masses swirl in chaotic trajectories. Storms tear apart cities, winds tear off roofs, and tornadoes form by the dozen. The weather becomes deadly. As the moon descends, its gravity literally lifts the ocean surface skyward, creating water humps. These shifts cause monstrous hydraulic shocks that sweep across the entire planet. Water becomes an uncontrollable weapon. The night sky is devoid of stars, only the moon, enormous, luminous, and terrifying. It is visible even during the day. Its craters are visible to the naked eye. Shadows become sharp, and the world is illuminated by a pale, cold light, like something out of a science fiction film. The moon passes through the Earth's magnetic field, causing interference. Electronics fail. Satellites fall. Communications are lost. Navigation disappears. People are left in a world without GPS, without internet, without electricity. As the moon moves closer, its shadow grows enormous. The Earth periodically plunges into deep lunar darkness. Temperatures drop. Nights become icy. People light fires, hide in caves and tunnels, trying to survive the strange cycles of light and darkness. Birds fly in endless circles, lost on course. Marine animals beach themselves, following distorted tidal signals. Dogs howl at the moon for hours, as if sensing its approach. The world of living things descends into chaos. The world powers convene an emergency council. The ideas sound one more insane than the other: blow up the moon, change its trajectory with nuclear strikes, build giant gravity stations. But all calculations show one thing: it's too late. The moon's mass is too great, its speed too high. Giant underground bunkers are being built all over the world. People descend underground, hoping to survive the impact. Cities are emptying. Planes no longer take off, the sky is too dangerous. Trains stop, the tracks are destroyed. The world freezes, awaiting the end. The moon crosses half the sky. It moves so quickly that it's visible to the naked eye. The air vibrates from gravitational pressure. The earth groans. In some places, water rises in columns, like giant fountains. People are silent. There's nothing left to say. When the distance becomes critical, the earth begins to bend under the strain. The crust deforms, the oceans foam, the atmospheric layers shift. Air literally begins to flow across the planet's surface. People feel strange pulsations, as if the planet itself were breathing. Tectonic plates, which had barely moved for millions of years, begin to creep. Mountain ranges rise in a matter of hours. Entire countries are torn apart, cities are buried. The Earth ceases to be a familiar planet, it turns into a living, changing mass. The compressed atmosphere begins to glow. The sky turns green, purple, red. Auroras appear across the planet. People emerge from their shelters for a moment, just to see this incredible final gift of nature. An airstrike sweeps across the planet. Wind speeds reach hundreds of kilometers per hour. Trees are torn from the ground, buildings fly apart like paper, everything that can fly, flies into the sky. People hide in underground tunnels, trying to survive the storm. Minutes remain. The moon is so close that tiny shadows are visible in its craters. It seems alive. The planet screams, muffled thuds are heard in the bowels of the earth. Bunkers tremble. People hold hands. Everyone understands, an impact lies ahead, the scale of which is unimaginable. The impact occurs in a split second. A gigantic fiery flash engulfs the sky. Seismic waves sweep across the planet, breaking it like glass. The fireball is surrounded by a ring of ejected matter. At the impact site, there is a crater the size of a continent. The atmosphere is filled with ash. The sun disappears behind a black cloud of ejected matter. Temperatures drop by tens of degrees. A global winter begins. Lunar debris falls for days like a rain of stones. The Earth turns into a ringing, icy desert. Underground shelters become the only possible place to live. People create closed ecosystems, grow plants under lamps, and purify the air with machines. The world above is dead. But deep within the Earth, life still flickers. When the moon finally touches the Earth, the continents are no longer what they were for thousands of years. Old maps become meaningless, like children's drawings. Mountains fold as if made of paper, some rise higher than Everest, others disappear, turning into piles of rubble. Faults open up like jagged wounds, extending tens of kilometers below. Oceans change shape, part of Europe ends up underwater, and somewhere in Africa, new islands arise. Salt seas appear in place of former deserts, and tropical forests turn into giant swamps. Scientists realize, this is no longer the Earth they studied. This is a new planet, chaotic, unstable, but still alive. After the collision, the planet loses almost all its communications infrastructure. The satellites are destroyed, the orbit is a chaos of debris. Radio signals are weak, the atmosphere is overloaded with dust and electromagnetic flares. The remaining communication centers are struggling to re-establish at least rudimentary contact between regions. People are switching to old methods of transmitting information, radios, Morse code, light signals, torches on towers. The world is becoming fragmented again. Cities live as if in different eras, unsure whether civilization still exists elsewhere. There is only one hope, when the dust settles and the atmosphere stabilizes, the Earth will be able to speak again. But no one knows how long this will take, weeks, years, or entire generations. Months pass. The Earth slowly cools, the oceans gradually calm. The atmosphere is still murky, but no longer fatally cold. People begin to build the first settlements in safe areas, where the surface has suffered the least damage. The survivors unite in small refuge cities, where technology combines with primitive survival methods. Vertical farms stand next to fires, and solar panels next to hand-operated water pumps. The moon, now a huge, incandescent mass, part of the planet, is still visible on the horizon. Its fragments form mountain ranges, and craters become lakes. And though the world has changed forever, humanity still has what allows it to survive, the ability to adapt. From the ruins, a new world is born, wild, unexpected, but full of opportunity. When the dust clears decades later, Earth looks different. The moon has disappeared, but its debris, mixed with ejected Earth rock, forms a new ring around the planet, like the rings of Saturn. People rise to the surface and see a world that never existed. The moon has disappeared, but humanity has survived. The planet has changed forever, the climate, the ecosystems, the continents. People are beginning to build a new world without a nighttime satellite. They observe the rings above their heads and understand that the fall of the moon marked the end of the old Earth and the beginning of a new era.